Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss about indexing language. An indexing language is an artificial in the sense that its semantics and syntax may be different from natural language. First characteristic of an indexing language is that it is an artificial language. Artificial means we made or produced to solve the some purpose, whereas natural language is developed for the communication of ideas among human beings in their day-to-day life. Second characteristic is semantics. In semantics, we try to give the answer how the meaning is structured or expressed and understood in the use of language. Third characteristic is syntax. Syntax means what guideline and rules and grammar rules has been used to prepare that indexing term. Indexing language is developed and used for a special purpose, that is for representation of thought content of the documents as well as queries of the user. Indexing language is useful for both indexer as well as users. Indexer can get idea how to prepare that indexing term which is most and specifically useful for the user, and user also get benefit by the giving exact indexing term to get the information which is available in the document. It consists of a set of terms that is discussed in syntax and devices that is discussed in semantics for handling the relationship between terms for providing index description. Sometimes it is also referred to as retrieval language because the main purpose of indexing language is retrieve to information which is available in the document. Structure of indexing language. There are three parts in indexing language. First is control vocabulary, second syntax, and third is semantics. Control vocabulary is subdivided into two parts, that is verbal and coded. Verbal include see a list of subject heading, thesaurus, Library of Congress subject heading, medical subject heading, and in coded section we can divide as a classification. It may be DDC or colon classification. Control vocabulary. A control vocabulary is an organized arrangement of words and phrases used to index content or to retrieve the content through browsing or searching. In control vocabulary, we use words and phrases in such a manner that it is organized in predefined sequence that it is useful to browse, to search, or retrieve the content which is available in the document. It is typically include preferred and variant term and has defined scope or describe a specific domain. Means the terms in the control vocabulary is predefined or it is a variant term which is specifically describe the content which is available in the document. As for example, in colon classification schedule, Indian history is denoted as V44. Just like in see a list of subject heading, as we know that it is a verbal vocabulary where we put Indian history as Indian dash history. Syntax. Meaning of syntax is putting things together in an orderly manner. In the context of indexing language, syntax refer to a set of rules or grammar which govern the sequence of words in a subject heading or notation in a classification number. Here the syntax gives some rules or guidelines how to order that indexing term to give the exact meaning or concept which is described in the document. An indexing language auxiliaries are not available. When we use indexing language, we don't use preposition or conjunctions in the indexing language. As for example, in the see a list of subject heading which employs verbal vocabulary is rendered as Indian history. We can put as history of India, but we can't put history of India in this indexing language because it is auxiliaries free. We can take example in the sense of grammar. The lady is smiling and the smiling is lady. The same words are used in both sentences, but the correct way of representing the sentences, lady is smiling, because this is the grammatical rule we have to follow when we prepare the sentence. Same like in indexing language, there are some rules which is given to represent the indexing term. Semantics. Semantic refers to the aspect of meaning. Semantics refers to the systematic study of how meaning is structured, expressed, and understood in the use of indexing language. Here, semantics give the view of meaning about the content which is described in the document. Just like we can take an example of destination or last point. The meaning somehow both, but we have to determine that which word is used in the indexing term, that is destination or last point. An aspect of meaning that has particular relevance for indexing because of its bearing on vocabulary control is the relationship between meaning and therefore donation of words used to represent them. The semantics is very important because we are using a control vocabulary where the words are predefined. We have to use only that words to give the exact concept of document. So it is very important that what word and what heading we are using to represent that content as an indexing term, so it gives the exact meaning which is described in the document. Foskett noted three categories of relationship. First one is equivalent, then hierarchical, then affinitive or associative. We can take example of equivalent, like a defect and flaws having the same meaning. We can put these two words as a equivalent. Animals and geology, they are imparting same meaning, so we can put animals and geology in as a equivalent relationship. Hierarchical relationship, human body dash respiratory system. Respiratory system is the part of human body in the hierarchy. First come human body, then after respiratory system. Affinitive and associative. Here the example is teaching, learning, education, training, and teachers. Here affinitive and associative meaning gives these words are not giving the same meaning, but we use that words in relation to each other to giving a whole concept. So here these words are showing that association. We can take example of teaching and training. Teaching is different and training is different, but when we put teaching and training, it give a some concept related to each other. So here the teaching and training give the associative relationship. What is the need of indexing language? Different authors in documents may express same concept in different ways. We can take example ITC in libraries, and second title is use of computers and internet in libraries. Here both the user giving the same concept, how the information technologies are used in libraries, but the title is different. So the indexing term should be consistent, that impart the exact concept of that document. So indexing term is or indexing language is needed to give the same concept in different ways. Different concept may be expressed by the same terms. We can take example art. If two authors use the word art in their document, if the art word is only written in indexing term, we are not able to find which type of art the author is talking about. So specifically we have to put art in the context of music or art in the context of painting. So indexing language give the exact pinpointed information or concept of that document. So it gives the uniqueness or a specificity of that document. User might be interested to access documents on related concepts also. Thus, related concepts need to be brought together, showing their relationships. Sometimes we put indexing term, and there are some related concepts are also discussed in that document. So it is necessary to relate that concept to that particular indexing term to give the overall view of that document, that which type of concepts has been discussed in that document. The purpose, the main purpose of indexing language to express the concept, showing the relationship among different concepts, and help in depicting a panoramic view of related concept. These are the references which I have used to prepare this presentation. If you have any queries related to this video, you can comment down below in the comment box. Thank you for watching.